Brady Minnow-Smith. I'm the legal director of the Montana Innocence Project, and we've had two big decisions in two of our big cases recently. I'm going to explain a little bit about where we're at with those cases and what our next steps are. So earlier this year, we submitted what's called Findings of Fact, Conclusions of Law back in January. The state submitted theirs as well. Basically, that's both sides giving the judge a proposed order saying, in an ideal world, if you find in our favor, you would find these things. Then the judge can take what the defense wrote or the petitioner wrote or what the state wrote. They can take all of one or the other or some of both or neither if they want to write their own. So we submitted that in January, and we finally just got a ruling from the judge last week. And the judge denied Bernie's petition for post-conviction relief. Our next step will be filing an appeal of that decision with the Montana Supreme Court. I am hopeful about the Montana Supreme Court. I think that there were a lot of problems with the judge's reasoning. I think that that gives us a really good avenue for a reverse and remand from the Supreme Court. I also think this case is so strong. I don't know how anyone in any criminal case can have a cat hair at play and not question the integrity of every piece of evidence used in that case. And when this particular cat hair was the only direct evidence that the state used to convict Bernie of this murder, I don't know how that doesn't give you a new verdict, or at least the probability that you could have a new verdict. So 2 weeks ago, we got a decision on Katie Garding's case from the Montana Supreme Court. And essentially, we're going to be having some back and forth about what is going to happen procedurally. The Attorney General has currently asked for a rehearing, but there's a few things that really stand out from this opinion. One of them being the dissent from Justice Gustafson, who essentially says not only that Katie is innocent, but that she should be exonerated immediately. The quote that I really like from this opinion is, "The district court's order reinstating conviction was wrong as a matter of law, constitutionally intolerable as Katie Garding is substantively innocent and ultimately a grave miscarriage of justice." So we've got some pretty powerful writing on the dissent here saying this is a travesty. There is an innocent person convicted of this crime, and we need to remedy this immediately by exonerating her. Something else that really stands out from the opinion is that the Chief Justice Swanson, wrote a concurrence. And in the concurrence, he talks about how the discovery of new evidence leaves us with the likelihood of a procedurally and or factually innocent defendant. So it seems that he's understanding that Katie is innocent as well, which is also very powerful coming from the Chief Justice of the Montana Supreme Court. And a line that stands out from his concurrence is, not only is that every prosecutor's nightmare, but the possibility carries with it the realization that the actual culprit of the fatal hit and run may still remain at large. And I think that is a really amazing point to make that happens in these innocence cases. It's not just that Katie is innocent. It's that the prosecutors, the AG, the troopers, the whole system is discounting the fact that the actual person who did this is not behind bars, is not being held accountable for what they did. I know neither of these decisions were what we were hoping for, but the good news is we don't have any doors closed at this point. We still have options, and we're still going to utilize all of our options to keep fighting for Bernie and to keep fighting for Katie. It is so important that you are following along and supporting us, not only for us, that helps us keep the fight going, but I know that your support means so much to Katie and Bernie, to have people believing in them when they're spending years and years fighting these cases. And it's hard to continue to be hopeful in the face of so much adversity and so many decisions that don't go their way. We will keep fighting. We are still excited about what we have left to do in these cases. We're excited about some of the momentum that we have, and we will fight with everything that we've got.